Hello, hello. It's in the west side. Hey, lurker. Oh, lurker left. So it's just you two right now. As soon as we get a few more people in, we'll get this thing going. Well, hopefully you like it. Seems like the shots have been pretty popular so far. Showing 3 people on. As soon as we get up to like 6 or 7, I'll get to start getting the beginning stuff out of the way. Then next week we'll be back to our normal Tuesday slot. So how have you all been? Doing all right? You just jumped to 5. Can't complain, it does no good. Unless it makes you feel better, right? Sometimes you just gotta vent. Just unload all that pent up rage. We're gonna give it a few more minutes. Hopefully we'll get some more people in. And then we'll get going. Lots of really cool stuff going out tonight. Up to 6. I'm green at the moment. But I do still keep getting that warning of a low bit rate every now and again. We're going to be looking into upgrading our internet soon. Right now, the internet that we have is a 5 meg up, and it's recommending 6 megs up, which we can't even do. Hey, Kelly Ray. So we're looking at upgrading to the next one up, which will give us a 30 meg up and 100 meg down. So I'm hoping once we can do that, I'm hoping that will fix that issue. Then, of course, my next goal after that is going to be replacing this computer, because this computer is just getting too old. It needs it. I hope your Wi-Fi is nice to you as well. All right, we're going to give it 3 more minutes, and then we'll get the beginning stuff out the way and get going. Have a light rain. I love rain. I wish we'd get a little more often. We're in the middle of a drought that just doesn't want to end. So, we haven't been getting good monsoons lately. Got storms for the next 2 days. Well, enjoy it. You getting rain or snow? Either way, enjoy it. Snow's nice too. Rain. In the time I've lived in Tucson, we've only had like meaningful snow, I think 3 times. Because how crazy weather's been, never say never. You might get it someday. You never know. Remember back when the Sahara got a blizzard? What was it, like 12 years ago, something like that? They just got a freakish blizzard in the middle of the Sahara Desert. And then there was a day like 10 years ago, I think it was, that the temperature in Montreal was colder than it was on the surface of Mars where the rover was at the exact same moment. Well, Texas got that huge blizzard a little while back. Hey, Richard, Texas got that huge blizzard a while back that like knocked out power to a bunch of people for like a week. That was some crazy weather. All right, for anybody new, payments made via PayPal. Use cheapskatecoins@gmail.com. Use goods and services only, please. We also have Cash App using the same email. If you use Cash App, it will say Louis Cachera. That's me. You are in the right place. Shipping is $6 to $23. $6 being the little purple bubble mailers, $23 being the large flat rate box. If you want your package sent registered, it is an additional $35 on top of that. It's the only way you can insure your coins all the way through the mail. Excuse me. If you're new, you can't get stuff tonight. You just have to send us an email by the end of the night. Email has to have your shipping info, personal info, your channel name, which payment method you're going to use, and the email you use for that payment method for invoicing purposes. If we don't get that email by the end of the night, you will not get anything, and we never ship without payment. Here's our Facebook link. If you're on Facebook, go give us a follow. The lot list for tonight is on there. It's the top post. We also have a mailing list. If you want to be on the mailing list, shoot me an email. Say, add me to the mailing list. Again, cheapskatecoins@gmail.com. If you're on the mailing list, you will get the lot list a few days before every sale. As soon as the lot list hits your email, you do have the ability to pre-purchase items from that list. Just keep in mind that it's first come, first served. So if you see something you want, don't wait, jump on it, or it might be gone. You also have to pay for your pre-purchases by the evening before the sale. So keep that in mind as well. The lot list that we put on the Facebook page, every day we have a sale, any pre-purchase items have been removed. So what you see on that list on Facebook is what is available. Hey, Richard, did you see my reply to your email from a couple days ago? I was about to touch base on that anyway. So I don't know how many of our folks are here that are wanting packages shipped out, but we were not home at all this week. So we were not able to ship anything this week. We apologize for the delay. We will get any packages that need to go out will be going out next week. And we will, because it is around the holiday times, we will make sure we email you all your tracking numbers. So keep an eye out for your stuff. It is Christmas. Porch pirates are out in force. Keep an eye out for these things. So again, apologies for the delay. All right, let's get this thing going. Hopefully we'll get a few more people in, but we need to start getting this thing started. All right, kicking off with banknotes as always. All right, the French West African note went in pre-sale, so we are starting off with the 1951 5 pesetas from Spain. Yeah, if you don't trust the holidays, by all means, have us hold it till the beginning of January. Not a problem. So it's going for $3. We've already got a couple of people here with multiple packages just because of that. They don't want to take the chance. All right, moving on. Yeah, Richard, I think you'll be happy you're here tonight. There's some really good stuff going out tonight. Hey, Sand Digger. Some stuff that'd probably be up your alley. Next up, 1950 1000 drachma from Greece. Going for $3. What'd you miss? You missed a Spain banknote. That's it. We're on the second lot. I'm green right now. My end, I am green. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. Next up. $1997 10 gulden from the Netherlands. Going for $2. This one's got some very shiny bits on it. There's security bits on there. Oop, this way. Nope, it is this way. It's kind of weird seeing currency with a barcode on it. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. Next up, 1941 1 zloty from Poland. Going for $3. A little faster on the bin before the auction. Is there something you missed? Going to Kelly. I know some people have said they're worried about pre-sales because they don't want us to have nothing for the sale. Don't worry about that. We will always have stuff for the sale. We'll put out a whole new list if we have to. It wouldn't be the first time. Next up, 1944 1/4 mark. Germany World War II note. Military. Going for $3. To Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. These, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, all of these, regardless what country it says on it, are American notes. These are what our American guys used when they were stationed on their bases. Just in case anybody ever wondered. If it's the one for that specific country, then it will say, like, for example, the British one will say British Armed Forces. Then it's for that country. Next up. Okay. 1997 100 francs from France. Going for $2. Banque de France. Anybody at $2? All right, moving on. To the 1943 5 francs from France. Over $3. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. Next up, a 1978 to 1984 series 1 pound England. Going for $2. Going to Kelly. Mr. Isaac Newton on the back there. Next up, $1943 10 francs Belgium. Going for $3. Oh yeah, that was one of the first items that sold. It was like maybe 10 minutes after the list went out, they were gone. Going to Kelly. And in fact, all of those went in pre-sale as well. Next up, 1943 5 francs Belgium. Same year, different denomination. Going for $3. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. Next up, I was surprised when I saw this one. This one's still spendable. This is a 2021 50 pesos polymer banknote from Mexico. Only a couple years old. Over $3. Things all like this, definitely AU. Going to Doug. Congrats, Doug. God, get up there. Ocelot. If I ever get a saltwater aquarium, I want to get an ocelot for it. Those things are cool. Next up. Okay, here's an example of when I said it actually is the other country. I might have some. I'd have to look. This is 1942 to 1947. 1 shilling British military notes. Over $3. It's almost surprising any of these even survived World War II. And going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. All right. If anybody wants the 2 banknotes that didn't sell, let me know. It's the 1951 5 Posada Spain and the 1997 100 francs from France. Those are the only 2 that didn't go. If anybody decides you want them, let me know. All right, medallions. So all of the ones that were replicas of coins went in pre-sale to Miss Kelly. So this first one, I actually looked into this one. This one retailed for 20 bucks when it was first released. And that was back in it was like the 90s or the 80s. But this is a History Channel Club Civil War Battle of Bull Run silver-plated proof. And it's going for 10 bucks. So half the price it went retail when it was released. And I did see some examples of this thing online going for as high as like 40, 50 bucks. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. And then this next one is also really cool. It's from 2010. It is the William and Kate Royal Engagement. And it's actually got a little crystal stone embedded in there. It's like it's a blue stone, so it's like a sapphire or something. And this one's going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. All right, and the last two, last three. Are good for people who like the military memorabilia and stuff like that. It's a U.S. Army 7-core medallion. Presented by the commanding general. It's going for 5 bucks. That's what I figured. I figured it was like a replica of the stone on the ring. I have to admit, I am not familiar with what the 7-core is. Anybody? All right, moving on. Next up, U.S. Army 101st Airborne Screaming Eagles proof medallion. That was one of the most elite airborne groups we ever had. Over 8 bucks. That is a cool medallion. Going to Kelly. All right, then the last medallion of the evening. It's a 2011 American Spirit Remembering 9/11 10-year anniversary medallion. It is number 7371. It does have the certificate of authenticity with it. And this one's going for $8. Here's your certificate. It shows you the actual mintage number of this particular medallion. .24 karat gold layered. $9,999 of these were made. This is number 7,371. Anybody? All right, moving on. Get back in there. All right, coinage. All right, all the 1977 1 crowns went in pre-sale, as did the 1840 and 1835 3 pences. So we're kicking off coins with British silver at the 1922 3 pence. So it is a 1922, 50% silver in VF. It is hold, so it's just $2. And going to Doug. Hey, that'd make a good Christmas ornament. Why not? For $2? How can you go wrong? 50% silver Christmas ornament. Keep using it until silver jumps up to a whole bunch. Next up, 1932 3 pence. Extremely fine, $5. This is a good looking coin right here. Anybody? All right, moving on to the 1941. This one's an AU toned, going for $7. It's getting into some World War II era right there. moving on. And last of the 3 pence is the 1942 VF for $3. All right, moving on to the 6 pences. Kicking off the 6 pence is 1871, die number 42. 925 sterling silver in VG for $10. How do I know it's die number 42? Because sometimes with their coins, they actually put as part of the design, let me show you under the scope, they actually put the die number on the coin. So if you look right above the date, you can see the 42 right there. That is the die number. Anybody at $10? When you get down to these years, there are not a lot of these things left. Going to Richard Gratzer. All right, next up. $18.81, 6 pence. This one's in a good for $7. Oop. It's about as close to a VG as you can get without actually being a VG. There just wasn't quite enough detail in the face for me to feel comfortable calling it a VG. Reverse is a VG all day long. Oh, did I forget to switch? Sorry about that. I am really bad at that sometimes. Thank you for letting me know. There you go. 1881. Yeah, it's like a reverse. That's like a VG to a fine on the reverse. But yeah, just not quite enough detail in the face for me to feel good calling it a VG. And you got to go with the lowest side. Anybody at 7? All right, moving on. To the 1889. This one isn't fine. It does have a bit of a ding, so I priced it as a VG, going for $5. But if you can live with having a tiny little ding in there, it's still a good example for an 89. Going to Doug. Gratzer. Hey, Aaron. And 1881 is going to Aaron. Gratzer. How have you been, Aaron? I haven't seen you around in a few weeks. All right, next up. $18.92. This one's in a VG for $5. 925 sterling silver. Yeah. Doing all right. Going to Doug. Scratch Doug. Next up, 1906 VG for $5. This is King Edward VII. Going to Aaron. Gratzer. Next up is 1921. 50% silver coinage now. VG for $3. It's got that dark toning starting. All right, moving on. Oh, nope, I'm going to Aaron. Aaron came in. Oh, no, Aaron didn't come in. All right, yeah, so moving on. Next up, 1925. I was looking in above it, not below it. This one's in a good, going for $3. All right, moving on to the 1940 VG for 3. King George the Younger. Did you? All right, moving on. Last of the sixpence is the 1944. This one's an EF toned. Going for $3. I don't know how well you can see it, but this thing's actually still got luster. Rabbit looks like Ashton Kutcher. Reminds me of the movie Dude, Where's My Car? That was a funny movie. All right, moving on. 2 shillings. And these are all oldies. Some rarefied ground right here. Starting with the 1846. Sterling silver, good for $10. That is an oldie. There'll be somebody out there that wants this for $10. And nobody wants to give this beauty a home. All right, moving on to the 1849 and fine. Going for $35. I had a tough time deciding between fine or very fine on this coin. An argument could very well be made for very fine. And going to Aaron. Congrats, Aaron. If it does turn out that that's a VF, Aaron, you just got that for a steal. because the price on that thing jumps a lot at VF. All right, and then the last one is another one where they put the die number on the coin. 1866, die number 28. VG, 12 bucks. And again, just like the other one right there, above the dates, the little die marker. I'm going to Richard Kratzer. All right. If anybody decides you want the 1846, let me know, or any of the other Britons that didn't sell, let me know. Next up, one coin from Australia. Yeah, I had another one. It was one of the sixpence that also Richard picked up. It was an 1871 sixpence with die marker 42 on it. Oh, Doug's been in the 1846. You got it, sir. Give me a second to pull it back out. 1846 to Doug's pile. All right, next up we got one coin from Australia. It is a BU. It is a 1966 50-cent piece. 80% silver BU for 12 bucks. It's actually one of my favorite Australia coins right here. I really like these. The kangaroo and the emu. I don't have any of these in my collection because I keep selling them all to you. But I do really like them. They're awesome. I'll get them eventually someday and actually keep them. Yeah, I've had some Jim BUs on these for sure. And yeah, you probably picked up a couple. Anybody? BU, 12 bucks. Aaron's about to be happy. All right, moving on. You picked a good night to come back, Aaron. Because I know how you like some of this stuff. Going to Mexico now. 1803, 1 real Mexico, 89.6% silver in good, 5 bucks. I was actually amazed that even in a good that this only was going for 5 bucks. But it is. Going to Doug. Kratzer. Aaron, Doug beat you by like a week. That was a slow bend. Next up, this is one of the harder to find mint marks of Mexico coinage right here. It's 1901 ZS FE, 1 peso, 90% silver EF, 35 bucks. Bonding to Aaron. Congrats, Aaron. And the last coin from Mexico. I see what you did there. 1902 ZS in AU for 45 bucks. That is the ZSFZ. Going to Richard. Congrats, sir. All right, next up, I got one lonely little coin from Turkey. And it is the 1947 1 lira, 60% silver and fine for 4 bucks. Pre-Tata Libertad. All the way from the deserts of Turkey. All right, moving on. Next up, we got a biggin. This is 1976, $10 from Canada. 925 sterling silver. This has 1.4453 ounces of silver in this coin. It is Jim BU at 40 bucks. It's one of those coins that has to go in a 2.5 by a 2.5 because it's too big for a standard flip. Big old chunky silver. Anybody? Yeah, silver's already been bouncing around by 25 bucks an ounce again. All right, moving on. I'm actually surprised nobody grabbed that. Usually these things go out every time. Next up, one coin from France. It is a 1965 francs. 83.5% silver, extremely fine, 12 bucks. All right, moving on. All right, next two coins and the last two of the world silver. These make that Canada coin look small. These were actually in the consignment sale. I decided to go ahead and get them from the owner because I never like letting these things go out the front door because they're too dang hard to get a hold of anymore. So I grab them any chance I ever get. 1972 20 Balboa. Ooh, I need to raise the thing. It's too big. 925 sterling silver GEMBU. Almost 4 ounces of silver in this coin. 175 bucks. I already got it in an airtight for you. Anybody ever has to go shopping for one of these airtights, you guys know these things are like 10 bucks just for these airtights. All good, sir. All right, moving on. Hello, hello. I've got them at the same price for like at least 3 years. I've done pretty good at keeping them pretty level. Then we also got the 1973 for 175 bucks. Also GEMBU. Also in an airtight. I'll do a little deal tonight. For tonight only. If anybody wants both. $300. I'll give you, that's 50 bucks off. Lowest price I can possibly go on these. Drops them to $150 each. Yeah, that's a freaking steal for these. Anybody? All right, moving on. If anybody does decide you want those, let me know. Honestly, I wish I could keep them. I love those things. All right, next up, we are into American coins now. Kicking off is a very rare coin. 1806. Small 6, no stems, a drape bust, ½ cent. VG details, it does have some damage on the obverse as you can see, so I have it priced as an about good. 600 survival, all grades. Going for 50 bucks. It is also a misaligned die error. Anybody? Drape bust, 600 survival, and an error for 50 bucks. What's my best on it? I could do 40. That'd be the best I could go, is 40. Going to Aaron for 40. Congrats, sir. All right, next up is our showcase item for the night. So this next one has a known error. It is listed on PCGS. The error is known. This is the 1811/0 classic head large cent in good, and it's got a cracked planchet. Cracks goes through both sides. List without the crack error in this grade is $475. I'm doing it for $350. And you can see the crack on that side. So that was a defective planchet. Anybody? Oh, and to show you the error. A little bit after the sale, as always. All right, so that is the 11 right there. If you see on the edge of the last one, that little looks like a little crescent. That is the 0 underneath the 1. If you ever see something when you're on a tight budget, Richard, that you really want, I do payments. Just so you know. Anybody? Okay. Yeah, just based on whatever you end up getting tonight, just let me know what your payment schedule would look like, and I'll work it out with you. Not a problem. All right, moving on. Next up, 1851 braided hair large cent and fine, $35. Nope, I just saw you bend that classic head. All right, classic head is going to Richard. Congrats, sir. All right, moving on. And the last of the large cents. Is an 1856 slanted 6. It is a VG details, but it is hold, going for 12 bucks. 12 bucks being the about good price. Here's another Christmas ornament for you, Doug. Put an 1856 slanted 6 large cent up on your tree. All right, moving on. All right, next 2 coins, a couple of Rick Snow specials. Both from his expertise wheelhouse. Because he literally wrote the books on both of these. 1857 Flying Eagle cent. In a fine, graded by Mr. Rick Snow himself, sealed in his holder. Over 45 bucks. And going to Richard Gratzer. And then next up, this one's actually one of them that's named after him. This is the 1907 misplaced digit Snow 30 in VF. Graded and attributed by Rick Snow. Going for 25 bucks. Going to Richard Gratzer. Yeah, kind of a funny thought. They were both graded by Richard Snow, and they were bought by Richard Be Happy. All right, the 3-cent steel, 3-piece steel cent set went in pre-sale. So next up is the World War II 9-penny collection. It's got all 3 steel cents. Plain date, Denver and San Francisco. It's got all 3 44s. Plain date, Denver, San Francisco. And all 3 45s. Plain date, Denver and San Francisco. Over 6 bucks. Anybody? $6. Get all the 43s, 44s, and 45s. All right, moving on. Next up, nope, going to Richard. Richard came in really late on that one. Gratzer. Somebody was asking me if I could still get these in. I don't remember who it was, but I finally have one. This is the 1982 all 7 coin set. All your large dates and small dates for zinc and copper. Going to Richard. Well, West Side, you should have been quicker. Instead of saying me, you should have said Ben. Because now Richard got it. Next up, got some 2 centers. Deuces. $18.64 large motto in fine. $30. Full weave visible. Not often you see them with the full weave still visible. Going to Stack Deck. Congrats, sir. Pop out your card real quick. There we go. Oh, 2 centers are a great set to build up. Interesting little fact I like to give about 2 centers. For those of you that are familiar, like really familiar with the wheat cents, there are less 2-cent coins still surviving through all the years that they were made. There are less surviving examples of 2 centers than there are of 1931 S wheat cents. That's how few of these things are still out there. Next up, I got 2 of these available. There's 1865 plain 5s. One's in a VG for 20. And I've got one in a fine for 25. That's the VG. Well, yeah, because then you're getting more of the top-notch grades. And here is the fine. Of course, the prices you guys get most of this stuff from me, you could very easily take it to a coin show and probably make money off of it tomorrow. Well, if you had it in your hand. Both going to Richard. Because I always try and leave enough room for you guys to be able to resell these things right away if you want to. Last of the 2 cent, 1968 VG, 35. I did my best, sir. I'm glad you see some value. It'll go out with next week's, but I will make a note of it, Stack Deck. Just made a note of it on the spreadsheet. So I will get it out with next week's batch. I know, man, you've been stacking that thing up for a while. Been like, what, almost a year that thing's been sitting here filling up. Last call on this one, 35 bucks. 1868 in a VG, 2 center. He does. Going to Richard. Hidden as a package here, yeah. Congrats, sir. Next up. This is one of... It already sold. 1865 and fine is already gone. One of only 2 nickel lots for tonight. This is the 1867 no raise shield nickel VG for 18 bucks. All good. I still find it interesting that 80% of all shield nickels are owned by 3 guys. I can do 15 on it. I'm going to Aaron for 15. Congrats, sir. Yeah, Richard Snow told me that in one of the interviews I did with him on video. That, yeah, 3 guys basically cornered 80% of the market on shield nickels. All right, and the only other nickel lot for tonight. This is 120 years of American Classic Nickels, 4 nickel set. Comes in a little folder. You got 1911 V nickel, 1935 Buffalo nickel, 1980 Jefferson, and then the piece metal nickel. Over $4. Pretty much you're paying for the piece nickel and the Buffalo nickel, and you're getting the other 2 for free. The Buffalo nickel looks like an S. I'm on the right camera. I'm about to switch cameras though, because I want to make sure that's an S. Buffalo. Yeah, that's an S. 35S. For Mr. Buffalo. And then that's the 80. And 2004 Denver. There's a close-up of the V-nickel. Anybody? $4? That's a VG for the V-nickel. Fine to a low VF for the Buffalo. So, a BU for the 80D and a BU for the piece metal. Last call, $4. Not a bad price for a little set. Like I said, you're basically paying for those 2, and you're getting those 2 for free. moving on. Oh, going to stack deck. Right, stack deck. All right, I'm going to take a quick break because I have really got to use the bathroom. Don't go anywhere. I've got Seated Liberty stuff coming. I got Cap Bust Liberty stuff coming. I got slab stuff coming. I got silver stuff coming. So stick around. I will be right back. All right, I am back. All right, next up. We've got yeah, I can do that, Doug. Let me go find it real quick. Turkey. Going to Doug and shipping to hidden. You got it, sir. Let me grab it out real quick before I forget. Turkey, where are you? There you are. You are very welcome, sir. I'm sure he will appreciate that. I'm actually surprised he's not here. Usually at least jumps in to say hi. All right. All right, next up. So this one's a hole filler, but it's still a great coin. This is the 1853 Arrows at Date Seated Liberty half dime. VG details, but it does, as you can see, it does have a little dent in it. So because of that, it's going just for 10 bucks. If that dent wasn't there, it'd be like 20. But half dimes in any condition are hard to get a hold of. So still a good little coin to fill a hole. Or you can use it as a stocking stuffer, or use it for a channel giveaway. Anybody? All right, moving on. Next up, come on, catch up. There we go. 1829 medium 10-cent cap bust dime, 90% silver in fine. Does have some slight scratches on the reverse, so it is priced as a VG, going for 75 bucks. I mean, you can barely see the scratches in there. There's one little one there and one up by the beak. And then a little bit by the wing. They're tiny. But still enough that it dropped the price. If it didn't have those scratches, this coin would be like 150 bucks. Anybody? I do have some wiggle room if anybody wants to make an offer. Tell you what, since it's almost Christmas, here's my lowest offer on this one. Oh, Chef's grabbing it. Chef's offering 70. How you been, Chef? Going to Chef for 70. Not far from what I was going to say. How are things in the kitchen trenches? All right, next up, got some seeded Liberty Dimes. Starting with 1842 and about good, $10. Oh, I bet being the holidays. All right, moving on. Next one, I've got two available. They're both in goods. These are 1853 arrows at dates at $10 each. There's number one. And there is number two. All right, moving on. All right, next one. This one's the one I know lots of people are always after. 1873, open 3. In a good for $10. Closed 3 is like the more common one, I think. If I remember right. All right, moving on. Next up, this is a Rick Snow special. 1876 Carson City. Graded VG by Mr. Rick Snow for $40. Sealed up in his holder. Gotta love those Carson City coins. Doug is taking the 73 open 3. Congrats, sir. Dang right, oh my. Carson City. Last call. Wow, nobody. That surprises me. All right, moving on. To the 1876, about good for 10. The plain date. You might actually get a low ball on that one. Low balls make them worth more. All right, moving on to the 1886 VG for 12. All right, moving on. Oh, we had two of those. Okay. 1887 VG for 12. Wow, no love for seated liberties tonight, huh? All right, moving on to 1888 VG for 12. I hear it. All right, moving on to 1890 VG for 12. All right, moving on. And the last of the seated dimes, we have 4 of these available. 2 are VGs, one's a fine and one's a very fine. So the 2 VGs are 12 bucks. These are 1891s. So these are 12 bucks each. The fine is 14 bucks. And the very fine is 16 bucks. That's a good looking seat of liberty right there. You don't see them looking that good that often. All right, moving on. If anybody decides you want any of those seated, let me know. Meanwhile, we are moving on to seated liberty quarters. Kicking off with the 1853 Arrows and Rays. VG for 45 bucks. It's my favorite design of these is with the arrows and rays. I like the way they looked. All right, moving on. Next up, this is one of the better years. The 1854 Arrows at date. It's in good. It's got an off-center strike. Check that out. 75 bucks. I think they missed. That is way off-center. Yeah, honestly, I just guess on a value like this. This thing could go for who knows how much. Going to Richard. Gratzer. Next up, we got another Richard Snow special. $1877 Carson City. In a VG, graded by Rick Snow, 50 bucks. Tell you what, I'll do a little Carson City deal for you guys. Little Rick Snow Carson City deal. If anybody wants both, I'll knock 10 bucks off. 80 bucks if you get both. Both Rick Snow graded Carson Cities. $76 dime and $77 quarter. And Richard's taking that deal. Gratzer. All right. Next up, it's a little novelty item. Thought somebody might like it. It's going for 4 bucks. Give you something for your office desk. So this is the 2000 state quarters. I don't know which mint they're from because they're encased in a big acrylic brick. They are BUs. $4 if anybody wants. That's kind of neat. Can't quite see in there enough to see the mint marks. Bottom's blue, so you can't see through it. Kind of wish it would have been clear. Anybody want it for 4 bucks? It's a cool paperweight for your desk. moving on. If anybody does decide they want that, let me know. All right, next up, we got some silver proof quotas. Kicking off with the 2001s. I'm going to do these the same way I always do them. Got Vermont. North Carolina. Rhode Island. Kentucky. And New York. 12 bucks each. Or 50 bucks for the year. Saves you 10 bucks getting the whole year. Makes them 10 bucks each. 90% silver proof deep cams. Anybody? All right, moving on. Next up is the 2010s of the first year of the America the Beautifuls. Here you got Yellowstone. Hot Springs. Mount Hood. Yosemite. And Grand Canyon. 14 bucks each. Or I'll do a little special on these tonight. I'll go lower than I normally do. Or 55 bucks for the year. That knocks 15 bucks off. Makes them 11 bucks each if you get the whole year. Lowest price I can go without losing money. Anybody? Going to stack deck. Gratzer. Let me get these all changed for you. 11, 11, 11, 11, and 11. All right. Next up, The Hoopty year. $2012s. Acadia. Hawaii volcanoes. El Yungi. Choco Culture. And Denali. And you know what? I'll go lower than I normally do on these too. Give you guys another nice little deal for some Christmas items. 75 bucks for the whole year. That makes it, hang on, need a calculator real quick. So normally I would go, my deal normally on these would be 80 bucks. This time it's 75. So overall, that's saving you 25 bucks. Or no, 15 bucks. 15 bucks off the top. For 2012s, that's a good deal. All right, moving on. Next up, we got some of the 90 or the 3/9 fine silver ones from 2019. We got San Antonio Missions. River of No Return Wilderness. And Lowell. 20 bucks each. I'll give you guys a really good deal on these two tonight. As soon as my computer catches up. I'll go 45 bucks for all three tonight. That knocks $15 off the top. Makes them 15 bucks each for 3/9 fine silver proofs. Going to Richard Gratzer. It's officially the lowest price I've ever sold those at, Richard. All right. Next item up, I have two available at 20 bucks each. These are come on, computer. Wake up. Oh my lord, come on. Give me a sec. There we go. These are 2018 San Francisco Silver Reverse Proof First Strike Voyagers National Park. Graded PCGS Proof 69 Reverse Proof. These are 20 bucks each, and I've got 2 available. You grabbing both, Richard, or just one? Grabbing both. Scratch, sir. Both going to Richard. All right, next up. Oh, let me mark these real quick. Check these out. 1853 New Orleans. Arrows and Rays. Seated Liberty $50 in good. 60 bucks. That is an awesome coin right there. I might have undergraded that, actually. That might be just barely a VG. Anybody? All right, moving on. To the 1853 plain date. Arrows and Rays in good. Over 75. Almost because of the way the black is. It's kind of cool when they look like that. All right, moving on to the next showcase coin for the night. $18.56 New Orleans in VF. 125. That is beautiful. You're talking about right there? I don't know, the way it's reflecting, it almost looks like it's in the plastic, if that's what you're talking about. Hang on. Those other ones look raised. If those are raised, those are die gouges. Here it is under the scope. Yeah, those are right there. Those are die gouges. That's from die polishing. And same with that. Those are raised. Those could be cleaning marks. I am not sure. Is that what you're looking at, Cindy? Yeah, if it was cleaned back in the 1800s to have that much toning over it already. It's probably left in somebody's pocket when they did their laundry. All right, last call on this one. All right, moving on. To the 1857 New Orleans. This one's in an about good for 35 bucks. That one's definitely got cleaning marks on it. But I mean, Sea of Liberty half at 35 bucks. It's a good price at any grade. All right, moving on to 1875 in VG. 60 bucks. All right, moving on. Last one of these and the last of the showcase items. 77 San Francisco VF. $125. I'll do a bundle deal on these, Richard, if you want them all. Let's see, for the 2 VFs, I'll knock them down to 110 each. So that's 30 bucks off. And then the others, I'll take 10 bucks off each. So it saves you $70 overall. So the prices would be 50, 65, 110, 25, 50, 110. Awesome. Give me a second to change these all. All right, 50, 65, 110, 25, 50, 110. And there we go. All right. Give me one sec. I think my wife's blowing me up right now on my phone. All right, last item. Oh yeah, seated liberties are getting hard to come by anywhere. So I was stoked to be able to get a hold of a bunch. Last item is the 2019 Denver rocket ship. Mint State 67 proof like first release Kennedy half dollar. 22 bucks. Anybody? Going to Richard Gratzer. All right, recap. Banknotes. We've got the 5 Posada Spain. And the 1997 100 francs from France. Anybody? If anybody wants them both, I'll do both for $4. Give you $1 off. Going to Richard for $4. Congrats, sir. All right, medallions. We only had 2 left. Which were the U.S. Army 7 Corps and the 10-year anniversary 9/11 medallion. That is a certificate of authenticity. Number 7,371. Hey, Flash. Of 9,999 total made. Haven't seen you in a while, man. How have you been? Nice to see you. If anybody wants both, I'll do both for 10. I'll give you $3 off. I take 100 for the 1856 what? What are we talking about? If you're talking about the Seed of Liberty, those all already went for the $half. Yeah, those are all sold. They're gone. All right, moving on. All right, Britain. We've got 3 of the 3 pences, the 32, 41, and 42. The 6 pences, the 21, 25, 40, and 46. Anybody want anything on the 3 pence or 6 pence Britons? Nope, those are sold. All right, we got the 1 Australia, 1966, 50 cents, BU, 80% silver, $12. Any interest in that one? All right, we got the 1976 $10 Canada bicycles. Jim BU, that's the one that's almost an ounce and a half of silver. 40 bucks. Oh yeah, dude, Carson Cities, don't ever wait. Do not ever wait. All right, 1960 France, 5 francs. 83.5% silver EF, 12 bucks. Did anybody want that one? Still got both the 20 Balboas. 73 and 72. Both Jim BUs, 175 bucks each, or 300 for both. If you get both, that saves you 50 bucks. All right, now we've got the 1851. Oh, Richard's taking both for 300. Gratzer. All right, we got for the large cents. The 1851 braided hair in fine, 35 bucks, and the 1856 slanted 6 VG hold for 12 bucks. If anybody wanted either of those. That's the $12 one. And this is the $35 one. If anybody wants both, I'll do both for 40 bucks. Knock $7 off. And Richard's taking that deal, Gratzer. All right. We still got the 1853 Arrows a Date seated half dime. It's got the dent in it, VG details for 10 bucks. I could go $7 if anybody wants it for 7. Anybody want it at 7? Going to Richard for 7. All right. All the Seed of Liberty dimes except for the 3 that sold. Or 4 that sold. Yep, I got it. I put you down for him. Got you covered, sir. All right, so it's 1842 about good. 21853 arrows a date's a good. 1876 about good. 1886 very good. 2 of them. 1887 VG, 88 VG. 1890 and 91, 2 VGs. Those are all 12 bucks each. And then we got a fine VF. And if anybody wants all of them, I'll do a bundle. There's the 90 VG number 1. 90 VG number 2. The 91 fine. The 91 VF. '90 VG. 88 VG. 87 VG. 86 VG times 2. 76 about good. 1853 arrows good times 2. Number 1, there's number 2. And 1842 about good. If you want them all as a bundle, I'll make them basically a flat 10 bucks each. So that saves you 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Saves you $24. You got it, sir. Let me change these all real quick. Give me a sec. All right. Still got the 1853 Arrows and Rays Seeded Liberty quarter. VG at 45. I could go 40 on it if anybody wants it. That's the lowest I could go. $40 be the lowest I could go. At 35, I'll lose money on it. All right, going to Richard for 40. All right, we still got the paperweight. State quarter paperweight for $4. If anyone wants it. No idea what mint they are. Throw the paperweight in. Will do. All right, silver proof quarters. We've still got all the 2001s and the 2012s. 2001s were 12 bucks each or 45. I think I did 45. No. What did I do? I think I did 50. Yeah, 12 bucks each or 50 for the year. For the 2001s. Silver proof quarters. I always appreciate your help, Richard. That's why you give you better deals than anybody else. And then the 2012s were 18 bucks each or 75 bucks for the year. You got it. Right, sir. Alrighty. What's left? The 2 medallions. The big old Canada silver coin. 1.4453 ounces of silver. Which is 40 bucks on that one. The silver France coin, 5 francs. You got it, sir. Everybody say thank you to Richard. Okay, and then you're also going to be getting the Australia 50 cent. And with that sellout, you'll be getting the 6 pence and 3 pences from Britain. Filling everything in. If nothing else, give the medallions away. Somebody will like them. Alrighty. So that does it, guys. Richard, I will email you your total. So just cover, tonight or tomorrow, whatever you can, and then let me know what you want to do as far as paying the rest of it for payments. But I will email you your total. All right, everybody have a great night. I appreciate you guys. It's good to see some old names back again. That's awesome. Hopefully we'll see you guys stick around for a while. It's always nice to have more people in to hang out with. Even if you don't get anything, it's still nice to have you here. So next week we will be back at our normal Tuesday slot. All the craziness of the photo shoot and all that stuff are all done, so we will be back to our normal time. Next year will be more better. Hopefully. Hopefully next year's a good year. I'm hoping to lose some weight next year. That'd be a good thing. But, all right, give me a little while. It's going to take me some time to get all these together. Then I'll start getting stuff out. Oh, Sandigger, you wanted to know if I had any more BU rolls, right? Let me look at that real quick. I will let you know in 1 minute. I've got Canada small cent mixed date rolls. They're not BUs though. I've got 5 of those if you're in the market. Well, I can tell you I have a couple. I've got 2, Sandigger. You'll take the 5 rolls of Canadian? You got it, sir. All right, Sandigger, I've got... This one's a bit pricey. I don't know if you're going to want this one. 1858 Philadelphia wheat cents. Full BU red roll. And a 1960 large date Denver BU roll. So the wheat cent roll is $75. This one is $4. Let me see if Sandigger wants this one first, Richard, because he asked first. But all right, so that's 5 rolls, mixed dates, Canada pennies to Richard. $58 wheat roll. $75. Well, Sandigger's not saying anything, so I'll give you that 1960. 1960D large date BU penny roll. $4. What else I have? Do I have foreign? Foreign, like anything foreign? Anything specific? I have lots of foreign stuff. Want a shipwreck coin? I got foreign proof-like sets. This one's 25. (1808) East India Company. This thing's still EF red. It was found in the Admiral Gardner shipwreck. This was recovered from. It's a 10 cash. $25 if you want it. Oh, you want some pounds? Yeah, I can do you some pounds. How many pounds do you want? I can do like... I do $8 a pound, and I can do like 30 pounds. That's going to be a heavy box. Be prepared for that. I might actually add another box. I'll let you know when I email you. And then I've got... I don't know if this is something you'd be interested in or not. But these are $15 each. These are United Kingdom proof-like sets. So, 1971. These are British. United Kingdom. Not Canada. I think it's 271s and 270s if I remember right. But $15 per set if you want them. You want all four? All right. So I'm just going to put on your thing 4 sets. So it's 4 proof-like Britain sets. Maybe $60. Cool. I take it you've had some people looking for some foreign on your end. I've still got 2 of these. These are $6 each. I have 2 of these available at $6 each. There's a Papua New Guinea 50 Toa. So just out of curiosity, are you actually going to pick through the pounds, or are you just going to stick them in a bag and hang on to them? All right. I got a bunch of Canadian large cents I can make you a bulk deal on. If you're in the market for any of those. I don't know how many. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, I've got 58 of various dates. I can do $3 each on them, which is like less than half of what I would normally sell them at. And then I've also got this one, 1888 AU. I was looking for $20 on it, but I'll give it to you for 15, since you're being awesome. Yep, cool. Hey, I appreciate it. That's why I give you the good deals. Oops. Oh my lord, come on. What? Urgh. So on that foreign poundage, if we end up having a lot more than 40 pounds, do you still want as much as we can give you? Even if it means adding another box? Yeah, okay. Do you still want me to keep digging for more, or? Okay. All right, I'll let you know your total as well as how much poundage we have that will be added to it at $8 a pound. And like I said, if you can pay any part of it, you know, in the morning or whatever, that'd be awesome. And then just let me know what you want to do to, if you just want to cover it next week or if you need a couple weeks, whatever, just let me know. Considering now I got to go do some shopping to have a sale next week. But all right, everybody, thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. I got to get started on this and figure out poundage for Richard, so give me a little while. And I will start working on getting all these invoices out and everything. And again, we will be back at our normal time next week, our normal Tuesday slot. So until then, Richard, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great night.